Hey fellas, I had this really cool idea. Grab my camcorder and we're going to videotape our D&D games. I don't know what you guys think about it, and don't be afraid of it. I mean, it's going to be really cool. This is groundbreaking technology that we're using here. Let's get started.
Please smoke responsibly. All right, welcome to D&D 420 Recap 18 from Dust. My name is Tommy. I'm one of your co-hosts. I play Throven. It's a human monk cleric. Joining me is Mike. He plays Rat's Pip. Mike, can I get a hey from you?
Hello.
Yeah, he plays a gnome illusionist. What about that? We got Matt. He plays Vrask, a human barbarian. Today we're joining a special for us, Nathan, who plays Nassau, who is a tiefling. He plays Dustblade.
How you guys doing?
Also, not joining us is Bert, who plays Brock. He's a dwarf. He also plays a rogue ranger, and Jim, of course, is our buddy, and he's our DM. In case you don't know, I'm gonna remind you again, we're a guild called D&D 420. We play in a world created by our friend and guild master Jim, centered around his created world, Volcaminar, his created city, I should say, Volcaminar, and that's in the middle of the Dark, which where we're at. Let's begin this.
Let's go. Let's begin this recap.
All right. As we know, Mike always likes to start us off. So, Mike.
Yes, we began the game with a big team sit down called by Nassau, and it's epic that you're able to show up with us this week because we had that big team sit down. The primary reason for the sit down, I think, was just to give a little bit of kudos to the team members that may have felt that they're not being appreciated, because we do a lot of good natured ribbing with Throven and Vrask, and I think they take it to heart.
It's not that they may not feel appreciated. They're pretty vocal about not being appreciated.
Yes, they are.
That we do more, and we Throven and Vrask.
And they're a bit rambunctious. They do still feel like kids, and you'll see as our recap goes on, one of the reasons why we have issues sometimes. So anyways, we had this big sit down. The primary focus was we had previously, and we didn't tell you guys that when Pip, Nassau, and Brock went shopping, the first time, you guys just happened to be in another channel, and while we were out, we purchased some magic items for you guys. A Ring of Defense 2 for Vrask, because he's one of the tanks, and he's in the thick of things, and the logic behind it was that the longer he stays up and keeping shit, on him, the better off we all are. And then a Ring of Light for Throven. That way, we always have, they're always able to see because they're humans, and in the Wilder Dark, it is a lightless environment. So having torches all the time can be a bit pain in the ass.
I mean, there was good choices. I can't complain about them. No.
I was, Vrask was pretty taken aback by that too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm playing through Throven. I know there's some other motive going on, but I'll play it out.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting. Your like, I wanted to see what Throven's reaction would be.
Yeah.
How Vrask saw it, and I mean, it was good. It was a good moment, really.
Yeah, it worked out real well because you guys were in the other channel when we were doing all the transactions through the shop and stuff, and we wanted to keep that as a surprise. So I asked Mike not to bring it up last week.
Okay, that's cool. It was a good surprise. We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So from there, I know Throven and Vrask heard there was some commotion, a tug of war, and as we were making our way out, the elf with sort of darkish skin comes in.
Is Inozera, a female dark elf comes into the bar. Well, basically, Nassau went up to the bar. I mean,
yeah, she was eyeballing me as she came in, and that's what prompted me to approach her.
Definitely someone out of the normal stock that would be in the bar. And it was interesting because she bought a bucket of ale, which was odd. And and she said it was for her friend.
She also identified me as Tiefling.
Ooh, yeah. First time. That was
Yeah, first time ever hearing it. Yeah, up until now, then I've just been an elf.
The Alpin, some would say. Why?
And didn't she like allude to there were other? Was that later on, or was it during that time there was like other on different planes? There was more tieflings, or was that later on? I don't.
It was then because I tried prodding for more information later on, and she wasn't very forthcoming with it.
Okay.
Yeah, she kind of hooked us in with a little bit of conversation. It may have just been for help with the bucket of beer that we ended up carrying
Could have
back.
been. Yeah, go ahead.
The idea of carrying the bucket of beer with her so I could prolong that conversation and try to get more information on what she was saying. Because she's saying that my father really wasn't my father, and the sire was from another plane, and that they have their children in this plane of existence because the survival rate is higher, and that one day he may come back to retrieve me.
Interesting. That is. Yeah, I just remember that Vrask and we were in the tug of war, and we had just one, and you guys come walking out, and we saw you. Like, to me, it's just like I don't know why they're walking with this elf.
Yeah, well, I was thinking maybe some kind of magic because I think something you mentioned. Yeah, I've seen Rasmus magic. I could believe that, so I follow in with you.
Yeah,
Follow these guys.
I was intrigued by the allude to that his father may come back and collect him. That was pretty interesting. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean, because up until this point, I've just been playing it that I was born to elves, to an elven tribe.
Yeah.
I'm just an elf, and my tribe viewed me as a good omen and pushed me along the path of the Duskblade. And I know when you guys bring it up, like, you're clearly not an elf.
You're not
elven heritage, elven parents, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're clearly not an elf, but whatever, man. Whatever.
Yeah. So from there, we decide to follow her back to the cave.
It's like on the outskirts of Moorgrave.
Yeah.
It's not really like in the city proper.
Yeah, no, it's not. No.
And when the closer we got, we found massive amounts of very large spiders that seemed tame, I guess, or tamed by her, or enchanted, I guess you would say.
Yeah, she definitely had an infinity with them. They like pets almost.
Yeah, sorry.
I really thought we saw more of those skulls with the one eye are in that cave too, didn't we? As we go into the cave, there's an increasing amount of them.
Yeah. And in fact, at the entrance of her, I guess her home, air quotes, where we met Clert, there was a big version of that drawing, kind of like right outside of the cave. And we put two and two together to say, hey, this giant Clert, which was an ogre with only one eye, was the reason for these drawings were actually representations of him.
Yeah, it should be noted that he was like an above average ogre in like height and size, and he was missing one eye. That's why all the skulls have that squinted eye.
Yeah.
He also had a necklace of human skulls on that was clearly magic, and I think it threw Throven for weirded Throven out.
I think Throven was only concerned about it when they were like, it's human skulls.
Yeah,
I got that too. Yeah,
they were glowing and they were human skulls, and then she said his enemies, and I'm looking around like we didn't see any other humans around here besides the ones in town. It's like, okay, you know what? It was eerie enough with the spiders, which we fought, and then we see a giant ogre, and of course,
oh man, Vrask was so excited to see this.
I'm asking, like, well, they have a giant ogre. How come you guys didn't take care of the troll? And of course, her response was, well, it wasn't Clerk's. He didn't really care.
Small time.
Yeah,
yeah. They were the troll was befouling the water, and it didn't bother Clerk, so it didn't bother her. And that really, I kind of like took that to heart in a way.
Yeah. So after that, I know Throven and Vrask, we just left because I didn't want to be part of the same more. She was weirding me out. And of course, I mean, the two intelligent people decided to stay there, of course. But you guys have from Coppervein. Was it Coppervein? That guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys have proven that, you guys, when it comes to common sense, sometimes you guys just don't care. I was like, I don't know about this person. I gotta go. Let's just go.
Well, it was
Well,
intelligent
I'd like to see
conversation. I did have a few questions, and I was hoping to get answered. Mainly, just I'm trying to find out more about the rest of our journey. You know, are we going to run across more like big settlements? You know, or big-ish settlements? I don't know if you consider this big, but how many more of these settlements are out here? I mean, we really don't know. So I was trying to find that information out. Not this is the biggest one we're going to run into. So it seems like the closer we get to Volca, which makes sense, the sparser and sparser things are going to become.
As we left, and well, we got into a big fight, and I don't know what you guys did really after that. I don't know if you guys ended the conversation, you guys left to join with us, and
Yeah.
I know they started saying clerked, and I don't know what one point was that after you guys joined us, or
Yeah,
I guess
Well,
it was after the battle.
we tried to
Go
keep
ahead.
the conversation going because I was interested in more details about being tiefling and things that she could tell me. But after Clerk finished his beer, the bucket of beer, she really wasn't willing to talk anymore. They kind of like turned and walked back into the cave.
Well, I do know that she said that two things when Clerk picked her up, after, and also when she went allowed to have a bucket of beer, it was agitated. I was like, I don't know what that means,
Well, what I took away from that is she's clearly in charge of him and his actions. You know, I mean, it was a very odd. Didn't make sense. You know, so she has something going on over this clerk fellow.
Yeah, because Clerk could clearly see.
And one more thing, I think, especially when you saw all the symbolism with Clerk, and then of course afterwards when they start saying his name, Throven also did not like the whole false worship type deal, because to me that's
Once we got back and mentioned Clerk's name, that's when the everyone would.
Well, that's the
change
tribe of Vrask. Vrask actually kind of likes that.
Yeah,
when he saw the symbols, it makes a lot of sense. This is the Wilderdark.
I did take the bucket with me though, in hopes of maybe filling it up and bringing it back and.
That was your intent. Okay.
Making a little more headway there. I got questions. She's got answers. I need them. I mean, because really, it like changed my whole perspective on things.
I mean, I can understand that Clerk. You say it once, and oh hell, Clerk, he's our leader, but it just kept saying Clerk.
Yeah, it was
I just want to know,
Matt.
Matt. What were you thinking during that time? Because I understand. I mean, you're a legend at this time. People talk about legend. You get drunk.
Vrask is very, he's always wanted a sense of belonging. He's super excited. Everyone's celebrating him and he wants to show everyone, show him what he can do, show him what he is. And he kind of got the reaction he wanted. Shock and all, and
half the people cheered, half the people like on glass.
Yeah, they're like attacking you.
And then you start to get agitated when someone touches you, and here we go with Pip and.
Raspin ended up using what you used. What you used, Mike?
Yes, I was able to cast Phantasmal Strangler on Throven. On Vrask. Vrask gets up and turns into. You went full hole and low, right? Like full cat.
Yeah, decided to go on full rage, hole and low.
I like that sound.
And we can't have that in polite company. So I pulled out one of the more dangerous spells that I had, and was totally willing to let it run its course, because it dissipates at -1. So, and I had Throven right here, and I knew he was fresh and ready to bring you back from the brink.
Of course, I was beating on you as well, so it is.
So Throven jumps in there and starts wailing on him, trying to get him to calm down.
Yeah, it's the only thing he understands during that time.
It's kind of like fighting fire with fire, right? Like you kind of making the situation worse as you're trying to calm him down.
Well, and again, we can always go back to a point where someone casts darkness.
I thought about doing it again, honestly.
Oh, that's funny, man. So, that came to end. I know that we carried sort of him back, Vrask back to the kitchen.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I healed them in front of. I did heal them in front of people, and people were having whispers. So I really think that magic may be mystic to these people, like really mystic. Because they were sort of whispering as my hand sort of caught on fire. I was healing Vrask.
Well, yeah, they took it weird too when Pip summoned or made the
Yeah.
image of the troll.
Yeah.
But then I got to thinking about it. But when the first night there in the fighting pit, the gnome that was running it was clear. He's like, no weapons, no magic.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're aware of it.
Yeah, aware of it. Yeah, which is interesting. Yeah, you're right. But he did speak several languages that gnome and Pit just to go back, so he probably was more worldly than the other one. So I don't know.
I didn't think about that, but that's true.
Weird or darky, I don't know. You want to say. So yeah, we woke up, and that's when we can go to the Lizard Man, because I remember we cooked some stuff. I was cooking, and then the drumming happened. It was really early in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, because we didn't get a chance to pray or anything. I didn't get a chance to pray. You didn't get a chance to do your the magic. It just happened.
That's right. Yeah. See, that's what we need to look over these notes, make sure I know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's when we went out, and there was the big fanfare. Now I'm still not sure, and I asked around with no luck as far as the gather information went. Like, why are they doing this? Like, who are these lizard men? Why are they a big deal? Because I have I think we all have a certain look on lizard men just because of the interactions we've had.
Fucking slavers, the whole race. That's how Vrask
they keep on attacking us. They keep on attacking us every time they saw us. But here they get along with everyone.
Well, I think this is the first time we've seen, I guess, domesticated, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, true.
Because they don't ever talk; they just straight attack. And Vorg, right? That was his name. He's the first one that we've ever encountered that spoke, and boy, he didn't like it when you were like, "Oh, we've killed plenty of lizard men."
He didn't like it at all. No. Who was it that was talking about? And I just remember this. They were talking about trade. That they didn't really have anything. That could have been later on. They talk about trade. Maybe it was the bartender, and they said the lizard men actually go out and they bring stuff back. So they actually have a place. They kill people, take stuff, and bring it back to here.
I think Borgir was saying that.
Well, yeah. Well, I went into question, like, how does the town, is this a trade town? Is it, is it a farming town? No, what is their, I don't want to say, like, what do they call it? GPA or, whatever. Gross domestic product, I guess. Kind of thing.
And then, since it was a short session, I know I wanted to see about we wanted to get some leather for armor. Nassau asked about armor. I wanted to see where the shamans were at and see where I wanted to talk to them.
This time, Borgir let us out into the city.
Yeah, I did terrible. I'm not a charismatic person, so my gather information and things like that are terrible. So this time I just asked a particular person, and Borgir was accommodating on helping us find the things that we needed this time around.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, we did find out that Morgrave was bigger than what we thought.
Yeah.
So we went to the arm, and there was this another section that we didn't go to. So.
Yeah, it was more like indoor. I want to say indoors. Like a mall almost, where there were just in pockets of civilization. In this cave.
Yeah.
It felt like strip malls to me.
Yeah, I got you.
And we did go to the shaman's circle or their grove, but there was no shaman there, so it was kind of like all right, well, let's move on.
Yeah. And then of course we got the armor, and Nate had to leave. So I mean, it was funny how we got there. It's like, what are we gonna do now?
Jim's like, okay, who was it that wanted to talk? It's like, oh man, that was Nate, man. He's gone. I don't know. We're just along for the ride. So that's where we called it.
I whispered him and was telling him that I had to hop off here shortly, and then that was funny because I called him talking about it afterwards, and he's like, oh yeah, we just got off shortly after that. and he said the same situation.
So I guess that was the end of the session.
Yeah, it was a short
That
one,
came to
man.
the end, yeah.
Yeah, we only
Yeah.
played for 2 hours roughly,
Yeah, it was. Our normal sessions run 4, 6 to 10.
6 to 4, yeah, 6 to 10.
Favorite moments. I go ahead and start off. I'll start off. My favorite moment, believe it or not, is when you guys sat us down. We had this family meeting, as you can say, almost like Cosby-esque, Bill Cosby-esque, not to use it in bad taste now, but it's just, here, by the way, here's a ring, and here's a ring light. And the reason why I like the moment is that I can think, I'm still wearing golden clothes. I know I'm gonna get that mask that'll catch on fire, but here I can also multi-purpose. I don't have to wear the mask, but I'll glow with this golden glow, and I think it looked great. So kudos to you guys for keeping it secret, and I think it's something we really like. How about
Yeah,
yourself?
that was great.
How about yourself, Mike?
Mine was when Vrask raged out and actually finally getting to put a little bit of a smackdown on him personally. I always see Throven, fighting him and whatnot, but trying to exert a little bit of control and that I have his number as far as if he gets too far out of control, I can take him down. Matt.
Oh man, me and Clerk, the ogre, the defender of Moorgrave Gap. That really took me aback. Just seeing this 15-foot fucking monster.
Defender sort of iffy, but
Well, not really defender, more the tribe leader. He's the one who leads this place. If he left, everything.
kinda more like-
we'll talk about
It's
that.
more
in
like their
After Dusk.
totem.
Yeah, totem.
Totem, yeah,
Yeah,
more totem.
Yeah, that was my favorite movie. Just me and him.
All right, Nate.
My favorite part was when Zara, called me a tiefling, and it opened my eyes to that whole situation. It kind of rocked, Nassau's, world with it. Because up until now, I've just believed I was just an elf.
Oh, there we go. Well, I guess this comes to an end. Hey, and for you guys listening out here, usually on Thursdays around 9 p.m., you can listen live for After Dusk. We have it on Twitch. Is that correct, Mike?
That is correct. It's
if you missed
Twitch TV,
Oh.
twitch.tv/DND_420 for our live Thursday night After Dusk party.
And if you miss it there, we're also on both of these. You could be listening to us on Spotify, YouTube, but you can also catch From Dusk and After Dusk on Spotify. All right. So anything else before I end this?
Go check out dnd420.com for the other podcasts.
Yeah, smoke a joint, get on there. Yeah.
Yeah, because we also have the D&D 420 podcast where our buddy Jim with another friend of ours, Eric, does the D&D Game Master, D&D 420 Game Master
Corner,
how to build a world.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I've listened to them and I already feel more confident as a DM. So that says something.
Yeah, we'll check it out. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this now. My name is Tommie. I play Throven.
I'm Mike and I play Raspeb.
I'm Matthew and I play Vrask.
I'm Nathan and I play Nassau.
And we're going to call out to Bert and, of course, Jim, the Grand Tormentor. And we're going to end this and say goodbye, everyone, and hopefully catch us for After Dusk.